So, if there is an earthquake and the three of us are trapped here, we could be out of food by tomorrow afternoon.
The past few years have been challenging for the food industry, which affects us all. Here are the top 10 food shortages 2022 USA. Beer and soda shortage.
Give me a beer! Give me a beer!
Give me a beer!
Beer!
Firstly, one of the most recent shortages to hit the industry has been a beer and soda shortage. Beer and soda are the go-to refreshments for many people, particularly during the hot months, so this has come as a harsh surprise to many. The reason for the shortage is largely due to a nationwide shortage of CO2, which is a key ingredient used to produce soda and beer. There have also been similar shortages due to a lack of CO2 recently reported in the UK and New Zealand. Another reason for the beer shortage is an ongoing labor shortage.
Where is everybody?
This has affected production in breweries and is having a tremendously detrimental impact on the amount of beer that is being made and the volume of it. As millions of beer drinkers are left in the dark, this also affects the soda drinkers, who not only have to deal with shortages at grocery stores, but also with soda fountains found in restaurants and other establishments. Mustard shortage.
Hot pretzel, like mustard, you have mustard dip.
What's a barbecue without ketchup and its partner in crime, mustard? Well, you might be waiting on mustard for a while to turn up. Due to extreme weather in regions in which it is harvested, as well as the ongoing war in Ukraine, a severe decrease in brown mustard seed production has occurred, leading to a significant mustard shortage. In addition to the war affecting Europe's mustard crops and supplies, there's also a mustard shortage in North America. A large number of mustard seeds are harvested in Canada, and according to a report from Statistics Canada, there has been a drop of 28% in the production of mustard in Canada for the 2021-22 marketing year due to some harsh growing conditions. The majority of seeds that are experiencing a shortage are brown mustard seeds, which are used to produce several brown Dijon mustards. That means yellow mustard should be relatively untouched by this shortage.
We are safe here.
A spokesman for the famous French's mustard stated, "French's mustard will be on store shelves for consumers to enjoy." Sriracha shortage.
But what am I gonna do with my sriracha?
Condiments and sauces can make a good dish great, and the next shortage to look out for is the ever-popular sriracha sauce. Huifeng Foods have produced the iconic sauce in Irwindale, California for over 40 years. However, they have encountered a serious roadblock in the production of everyone's go-to hot sauce. Due to the worsening ongoing climate crisis, severe heat, and drought happening in California, the harvesting and production of the hot peppers used to make sriracha have halted. For countless peppers and tomatoes, these extreme temperatures are too much.
No.
Climate change affects us all, okay? We're all in this together.
The crop of red peppers that came in from Mexico was also abysmal, according to Huifeng Foods, meaning the shortage could last well into the fall months. As a result of this, the sriracha sauce that still is on the shelves will rise considerably in price, making it something of a luxury item. As sriracha is a sauce that a large fan base adds to nearly everything they eat, this shortage is going to be quite difficult to cope with. There are, however, other alternatives. Firstly, customers can go to other brands of sriracha, as Huifeng isn't the only producer out there. They can also look at similar alternatives, including sambal olek or harissa. Whatever the case may be, there will always be a way of getting that extra kick to your meal. Chickpea shortage.
Chickpeas. You like a chickpea?
Chickpeas are a favorite staple in the diets of many, being useful in salads, made into hummus, or any of the other various ways that they can be prepared. Global production of chickpeas is expected to decrease dramatically by 20% in 2022 due to a variety of factors. Once again, inclement weather has impacted the chickpea crop heavily, and the ongoing war in Ukraine continues to have an impact. Russia produces about 25% of the world's chickpea supply, and Ukraine accounts for nearly 5% of the world's chickpea output. Due to ongoing Russian sanctions and access to Ukrainian ports, neither can ship nor sell their products. Chickpeas also aren't as lucrative for farmers as cash crops are, and in combination with the other factors, it will drive the price of chickpeas up a considerable amount. This rise will affect all products made with chickpeas, including the very popular hummus spread. In addition to the impact in America, this shortage will also have a considerable impact abroad, where chickpeas are a part of the daily diet in numerous countries. The shortage will hopefully end shortly, but hummus fans might still have to hold out for a while. Hershey Halloween candy shortage.
Hey, you want the king-size candy? Yeah. No, you don't get that at all.
With Halloween creeping just around the corner, one of the spookiest things about this year's holiday isn't any ghouls or goblins, but the fact that we are in the midst of a Halloween candy shortage. Though employees have been working hard since April amassing a stock of candy for the prominent October holiday, Hershey's CEO recently cautioned that the company will not be able to fully meet consumer demand come Halloween time. Hershey produces a multitude of America's favorite Halloween treats, including Hershey chocolate bars and Kisses, as well as Kit Kats, Reese's peanut butter cups, Twizzlers, and more. There's been a considerable increase in demand over the past years, and people dealing with everything going on in the world need a holiday to celebrate. And the thought of having a normal Halloween this year is tantalizing for many.
Trick or treat.
You guys don't even have costumes.
This, combined with supply chain issues, could result in a serious shortage when Halloween rolls around. Hershey's arch-rival Nestle has also warned that similar issues could possibly be on the horizon for them as well. Nestle's CEO said the company was limited by the impact of unprecedented inflationary pressures and supply chain constraints. A Halloween without candy is perhaps the scariest thing that any child could imagine, and it could become an unsettling reality. Peaches shortage.
Peaches! Peaches, I'm sorry.
Iconic to the state of Georgia and one of the sweetest and most delectable fruits, peaches are a favorite fruit of many. Whether you enjoy them as a juice, in a pie, or just on their own, there are countless ways to enjoy this fruit. Unfortunately for all the peach fans, there's been a considerable shortage in production this year as a result of a sudden change of weather in the Northeast. Due to an unseasonable stretch of warm weather back in February, a large number of crops in the Northeast, ranging from central New Jersey up through New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Rhode Island, and Vermont, were destroyed. The warm weather served as an illusion to the fruit trees, thinking it was time to bud and beginning the process prematurely. This warm period was followed by spells of frigid weather in late February and early April, resulting in the destruction of many crops. Farmers tried all that they could to salvage their crops, however, their efforts were in vain.
Nothing we can do.
Thankfully for peach fans, the crops in the southern states like Georgia and California were unaffected, but those who are used to purchasing their peaches from farmer markets in the Northeast may have to make alternate plans. Tomato shortage.
Earth's last tomato seeds. Those are more of a summer food.
It's best known as a vegetable, but it's technically a fruit. The tomato is another shortage victim that has been caused by the severe climate changes being experienced in California. With the region experiencing its worst drought in over 80 years, it has affected numerous crops. Responsible for a quarter of the world's tomato output, the shortage in California could be disastrous, as the food is used in countless dishes and products in the form of tomato sauces, paste, and ketchup. In addition to the drought, labor shortages plague farms as well. In an attempt to be prepared for this possible drought, companies such as Heinz have taken preemptive measures. A Heinz representative said that to maintain production, a team put a strategy in place that uncovered new regions to source tomatoes, as well as the approach to breed unique tomato seeds that have a stronger resistance to climate challenges and are water efficient.
I don't need water!
While the preparation may mean that products will still be in stock, we could still see a considerable rise in price for many tomato products, including ketchup and salsa. Whatever ends up happening in regards to the tomatoes, everyone is hoping that the farmers get the rain that they need and that they can continue to harvest their tomatoes for all of us. Avocado shortage.
See? Avocado toast! We can still make this work!
This next shortage is a trendy food used in everything from guacamole dip to avocado toast, a breakfast fave. Avocados are so popular that Americans consume 8 pounds of avocados annually per person. However, due to a multitude of nightmare supply chain issues, the next food shortage we experience could very well be avocados. Most of America's avocados come from Mexico, and earlier this year, imports of avocados from Mexico stopped because of a threat to an American plant inspector who was visiting one of the Mexican avocado plants. This is the result of ongoing drug cartel turf battles taking place in the state of Michoacan, where many avocados are produced. In addition to the problems due to the cartels in Mexico, the price of fertilizer used to grow avocados has also increased tremendously due to the war in Ukraine, resulting in a greater overall shortage and much higher prices for avocados and avocado products in the future.
And I can't afford it.
Though the ban on imports was lifted recently, the prices will indeed keep rising. According to one news outlet, the average price of a Hass avocado was $1.24, and they were on sale at 5,505 stores, compared with 78 cents last year at nearly 20,000 stores. If avocado toast or guacamole is a favorite of yours, you might need to do a bit more spending this year. Sugar shortage.
Yeah, that's a sugar rush. They're gonna crash soon, and it's not gonna be pretty.
This next food shortage may affect a multitude of products. A global commodities trader projected that sugar plants in Brazil are diverting much of their production to ethanol instead, resulting in what may be a worldwide shortage in sugar. Sugar director Enrico Bianchetti revealed that sugar production was on the low end of the scale and that prices would rise considerably. Bianchetti also said that the prices will need to rise further so that the Brazilian farmers have an incentive to produce sugar from their sugarcane rather than ethanol, so that they can make a greater profit in the midst of inflation. Though we do not know how difficult this possible shortage will be, it will certainly be a topic of mass discussion in the future. As sugar is used in countless foods and drinks, and for cooking and baking, it's an integral item that needs to be kept in stock, so this possible shortage could be very frightening for many.
Is there a more frightening thought?
Shortages of sugar have already been seen in the Philippines and several other countries, and once again, the ongoing war in Ukraine, as well as the aftermath of the global health crisis, have resulted in mass inflation of prices of foods and products, including sugar. Wheat shortage.
I actually don't eat bread.
One of the biggest possible shortages on our list is an ingredient we encounter every day and is used for numerous products around the world. It's wheat, of course. As Ukraine is one of the biggest suppliers of grain in the world, this is another one of the items where supply is being seriously affected by the war. In combination with a ban on wheat exports in India, which was enacted to protect their own food security, we could see a severe shortage and rise in wheat prices worldwide. Though it's known for being high in fiber and part of some of the most boring cereals in the world, other products that include wheat as a vital ingredient include ale and beer, baked goods, baking mix, breaded foods, cereals, crackers, pasta, and pizza dough. If any of these are your favorite food, you could be in for a rough ride.
Okay, we still got nothing to eat.
The head of one major grain company said that there's just not enough grain in the world, and there won't be for the rest of this year and probably even into next year. We have to have a tremendous harvest this year and next year just to close that gap on the grain gap. Well, for everyone's sake and the sake of pasta and pizza, we hope that the wheat shortage doesn't last that long.